But it was good fun to write, and to my professor's credit, he actually read the thing.
Oh wow, he did. Did he give you feedback or anything like that?
Yeah, high level feedback, but feedback. Yeah, I appreciated his time, if nothing else.
Welcome to the Delos Diaries.
Yeah, that's kind. I mean, it's always fun to get someone who reads their stuff. I mean, regardless like who they are, and it's always fun because I discovered that when I was a journalist. And it's kind of like anytime someone would read me something and say that they appreciated like what they like. I always like I said, I always go with the comment, "Thanks for reading." I think that's kind of the high level things I like to say is like always be thankful that they read. Tell us a little about Glitch Logs. I mean, I saw it I haven't read it obviously, but I mean, it's just one of those things where I was interested because I'm writing a cyberpunk samurai story, so it's kind of like, I just kind of want to meet some other cyberpunk writers.
Yeah. When you reached out, I was super happy to connect. There's not a lot of us out there, so connecting with another cyberpunk is absolutely very exciting. So the Glitch Logs follows the story of Glitch. She's a hacker who lives in a cyberpunk dystopia city. She makes a living stealing from the giant corporations of her city that had it coming, is sort of our tagline. The first book begins with her on a job, and then a rival team of thieves shows up looking for the same haul out of the job. Things get messy, and they have to end up seeing if criminals can work together long enough to get out alive. That sort of kicks off the series.
Oh, nice. What inspired you to write this? I mean, because like as you mentioned, there's a small cyberpunk community, and it seems like it's growing in recent time with the game, Edge Runners, and all other like platforms and everything.
Yeah, I mean, so there wasn't a lot back when I first started writing. Like, I published the first book back in 2018, so pre Edge Runners, pre Cyberpunk 2077, etc. There were a couple of factors leading into it, right? One is that I was working a desk job, right? I was working in a cubicle, and it was sucking the soul out of my body, and I was commuting on the 5. For your Californian listeners, they'll know how bad that is. Mm-hmm. And so there was that. There was all this pressure building because I'd been raised to believe that if you worked hard, and did your best and really put in the hours, do your homework so that you can get to a good college, do your college, do really well in college so you can get a good job. And here I was, I'd done all those steps, but, the job was killing me. It wasn't paying much, and there was this perpetual sense of like, I think I'm being exploited. Like this is not the system I was promised. And so that frustration sort of built in a number of ways. And then at the same time, we were playing the tabletop RPG, The Sprawl. My husband was running the game, and a player canceled, so they invited me to join. And that was actually my first exposure to cyberpunk as a genre, and I immediately fell in love with it. Because it was so honest. It was like, yeah, no, the system is out to get you. You are 100% exploitable. Are you kidding? And there was a lot of solace in that. And then I played the Shadowrun video games. I picked up Neuromancer. I picked up Snow Crash. And so on and so forth. And then what ultimately made me start writing the books was that I really wanted to share this new genre that I'd fallen in love with other women in my life. My friends. I was like, join this with me, because I'm sure you've noticed there's not a ton of women in cyberpunk. And it was really difficult to find a book that I could just hand them without a slew of content warnings. Mm-hmm. And so at a certain point, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to write a book that's going to make my friends enjoy the genre too.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I did.
That's a good motivation. I mean, it seems like we always write to an audience specifically that we're connected to, and I think women in cyberpunk's going into those weird, not really popular right now, but I think it's going to grow in the meantime. I mean, it seems like the genre is growing, and that's why I'm interested in kind of telling a samurai tale in the world of a cyberpunk, kind of inspired Tokyo kind of world. But overall, just